right now we're in that phase where we're slowly transitioning over to the new standard of Type-C from Type-A. You know, things are slowly changing, dongles are growing in weird places. So because of this, laptop makers are trying to stay ahead of the curve. They're adding USB-C ports and they're trying to make laptops thinner. So of course with USB-C, it's a smaller port, so they can add them on there and ditch the other ports. But that leaves us in an awkward position. We've still got these devices that use all these different types of ports, especially Type-A. It's been the standard for a long time. So because of this, we're now living in that hashtag dongle life, where we are requiring all these different dongles just to have access to the ports that we still need every day. HDMI, you know, more Type-A's, all that kinds of stuff, even like Ethernet as well. And so there's a heap of Type-C dongles out there. There's so many different types, all ranging from different sizes and the amount of ports that they offer. And that's where we come today, because we have an awesome product from ATEN. ATEN sent this product out for me to check out, so thank you very much to them. This is their USB-C Multiport Mini Dock with a special feature, power pass-through. I haven't seen any dongle offer this type of functionality. Usually they'll have a USB-C port just so that you don't lose the port, but to offer pass-through. Now that is an interesting one for sure. ATEN are trying to be a little bit different here. As I said, there's many dongles out there, so they're trying to create one that's a little bit more unique and offers a bit more functionality. And they've been making great products for a long time now, so I was actually quite excited when I saw this dongle and they agreed to check it out. So I can see, so we've got very simple unboxing. We've got a register slip, a manual, a quick start guide for a USB-C dongle. I never thought I would see a quick start guide for a USB-C dongle, but you know what? It's there if you want it. It's there. That's awesome. All right, let's have a look here. Ooh. Okay, so we can see it feels already in the hand, feels quite premium, and you've got quite a decent length with this dongle, and just the whole it feels quite premium as well. It feels very, very premium. I like that. And for when you're packaging it away, it's got a little cable holder right here. This makes it nice and compact when you're shoving it in your laptop bag. This is really good. I like this a lot. Now here's the port selection that you've got on this Multiport Mini Dock. So we've got, going from the right to left here, we've got USB 2.0, we have USB 3.0, we've got an Ethernet port right there, a HDMI port, which is HDMI 2.0, because this has 4K pass-through, so you can send a 4K signal through this dock over USB-C, which is pretty damn cool, which I don't think a lot of dongles are offering either 4K pass-through, so that's pretty sweet. And surprisingly, we have a VGA. Now, you might be thinking, it's 2020. Why are we still including VGA ports? Well, I mean, let me tell you why. Here's something you probably haven't thought of. Projectors. People are still using projectors, especially, you know, in the office during heavy business meetings, looking at stocks and performance of the company. Projectors. A lot of projectors still use VGA these days. So ATEN's included on there because look, it's better to have one than not. I mean, the whole idea of a dongle is to have ports that you don't have access to anymore, and you're not gonna find a laptop these days that has VGA. You never know when that might come in handy, but for a projector, it's pretty sweet. I mean, look, maybe you're in the office, you wanna show all your fellow co-workers a PowerPoint slideshow of your new puppy. Well, ATEN's got you covered there. So you'll be able to power your laptop through this thing, which is pretty sweet because a lot of laptops are starting to now charge through USB-C. And having a dongle plugged into your laptop, you're losing that port. You're losing possibly the charge port of your laptop. So to be able to have access to all of these extra ports and still be able to charge your laptop is a pretty awesome feature. And I think this is what sets this product apart from the rest of the offerings that are out there. As mentioned, this does support 4K pass-through over the HDMI port, but it only supports up to 30 Hertz. However, Full HD, sending over Full HD, it does support up to 60 Hertz. So that's pretty good. If you're a laptop gamer and you want to connect your laptop up to, you know, a bigger monitor, then this has got you covered. You know, if you still want to play at 60 Hertz, but you know, you don't mind playing it at full HD, you're able to do it through this multiport dock. And even if you're a creative, you can still send that 4K output from your laptop. I mean, like, you know, 4K laptops are pretty common these days, so to be able to send it over, I mean, if you're doing creative work, you're not really going to need a 60 Hertz output. So 30 Hertz is fine for that type of workflow. And the one thing to mention as well about the USB-C power pass-through, it will supply up to 60 watts, which is a fair amount. And it will charge some laptops, like some of the beefier laptops that will charge you over USB-C may not be able to get there, but 60 watts is still fairly sizable. So you should be able to charge most like little thin and light laptops, kind of like this little Lenovo IdeaPad 720S. So this is a bit of an older one, but this does charge over USB Type-C. So it's a pretty sweet one. So we're gonna be testing out to see how well it goes charging that laptop there. So without further ado, let's have a look. Got the power plugged into the ATEN Multiport Dock, and then we've got it plugged into the laptop. So as you can see, it is charging just slowly. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You're not gonna get full power output through this since it only supports up to 60 watts. But in saying that, it is charging. It's charging just, you know, a bit slower. So if you're not in a rush to get your laptop charged, then this will be perfect, you know, if you're sitting at a desk or things like that. So it's a solid option. It works. Okay, so as we saw, the charging does work, even if it's only slow charging, but it still charges. Honestly, I saw about a 5% actually no, probably like a 10% battery increase in the span of like 5 to 10 minutes. So even though the laptop was saying slow charging, it was still doing a decent job. But of course, it's something to keep in mind. But of course, the question is, how much is this dock? For the cool things that it does offer, how much is it and is it worth it? So the price of this dock is about 100 Australian dollars, sort of ranging 100 to 120. Obviously pricing for tech these days is fluctuating quite heavily. But for around $100, is this dock worth it? And it's kind of hard to say. I mean, you can get a dock with all these ports, you know, just without the USB-C pass-through for a lot cheaper. And I would say that, I mean, for the people that are looking for this specific use case, where they have a really thin and light laptop that only has maybe 1 or 2 USB-C ports and it charges through USB-C, then I would say yes, this product will be so beneficial to you. For laptops where you're giving up that real estate of those ports, where, you know, having a dongle in means you can't charge, then this is going to be a lifesaver for you. But if you've got a sort of a slightly bigger laptop, you've got more USB-C ports, or you've got a few Type A's as well, it's a little bit hard to recommend at $100. But again, for the heaps of people out there, you know, people with MacBook Airs, with those super thin and light Windows laptops, this is going to be the best sort of dongle to get. So I think for those people, this is a must get. This is a must buy for what you're getting, and, you know, decent power pass through to charge your laptop. I mean, there's no other dongle out there that's offering it. So if this is if you're liking the look of this, definitely worth picking up. All right, so that does it for this video. If you enjoyed the unboxing, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe as well. Thanks again for ATEN for sending out this USB-C multi-dock, and I'll see you guys in the next one.